Yeah, the drug simulator.
It's so good.
Hey, and welcome back to Talk of Better Worlds. I'm Sir Felix the Cat. With me is Hawk, and we are on episode number 42. A whopping 42, which every time I always get stuck on what number we're on, then I realize at the top of my screen it literally tells me.
Yeah. I don't remember, I barely remember what the show's going to be until we upload.
It's the way to do it. We are professionals. And how is it going, Carlitos?
Hey, Carlitos.
Welcome. All right, let's get this show started. So, what have you been playing?
So I've been doing my dailies on Star Trek Online like a good slave, and it feels like I'm enslaved by it at this point. But I started playing Schedule 1, which is a game where you make drugs and sell drugs and kill people for drugs. And it's really fun. But what about you?
Well, really quick. Hey, Pinky. Welcome. And I was playing... Hold on, let me grab it. So besides Triangle Strategy, which I'm trying to get through, I was playing Valtherian Arc Hero School 2, which I played the first one on... it might have been Switch. I know I played it on Vita as well. But that was like it's a weird like school builder / action RPG type game.
Okay.
And 2 is like superior in every way. It's a turn-based RPG. So that just instantly won me over. But it's fun. It is fun. It feels like they worked out their like life sim aspect of it, like the building and life sim part.
Good. That's good.
And like setting up classes and everything. It feels smooth, which I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, then Triangle Strategy, I've been playing that like crazy. Really want to get through it this time. I'm still not to where I was when I deleted my footage for a video a couple months ago.
I want to play that game, dude.
It's good. I mean, you definitely should. It got high scores. I think it was scoring like high 80s or something like that.
It's on Steam too, actually.
Yeah.
I might pick that up sometime. Yeah, I put it on my wish list because you sold me on that game. Like, it's clearly not my thing, but everything you've told me about it just seems pretty cool. Kind of like Octopath Traveler. And there are a couple games that if you didn't sell me on them, I would have never played. But Triangle Strategy is one of those games.
Well, I saw you have a game on your Steam, which you got to start playing, which is that football game, something Legend Bowl or something like that. You definitely got to play that one. That is the most fun football game. That is, it's not Madden, which makes it so much better.
Yeah, no, I got that one.
Little 2D one.
You told me about it. I think you showed me some gameplay and everything too. And it's like, it's a football game. It's a FUBA game. That's not Madden. So I'm there for it.
Yep, and you can be whatever team you want. I am the Green Bay Beavers. I mean, that's the best way to avoid the lawsuits from Madden is like, hey, let's just make up names. Use the same cities, just make up different team names.
The Philadelphia Hawks!
It's the Philadelphia Liberty.
Yeah, Philadelphia Liberty. Should be the Hawks.
All right. Have I played anything else? I don't think I have. I might have. I don't know. But yeah, that was that. Let's move on to the news. News time. Time for the news. All right. So, first one is a dope story that I love. It's kind of weird, but I'm happy about it. This is from GameIndustry.biz. Game Informer returns after being shut down by GameStop. And GameStop originally got rid of them, and their whole plan is to move more into Bitcoin and crypto, which is kind of weird. Mm-hmm. I don't get that move too much, but whatever makes them money and keeps them around, I guess. But they're being Game Informer was picked up by Gunzilla Games, and they're actually rehiring everybody who worked for Game Informer. So it's going to be the original crew coming back to do this. So far, it's going to be just digitally, like on their website, they're updating stuff, but they are going to bring back print, which I am super happy about that. I love collecting those magazines. I don't know why, but I mean, they've been around for like 30 something years.
Yeah, forever, dude. I miss those magazines. Like, I miss seeing like when a new game was announced before the internet was as big as it was, or big as it is today, and you'd catch a game on there that you never heard about, and you're like, oh shit.
Yep. Yep, and I always like their scoring too of games. They seem to be more most of the time. There were a few that they were kind of whack on. When it came to like Call of Duty, it's always like a 9, which is IGN type scoring. But for other games, like the less popular RPGs, they were still fair to them. Like they had people who played RPGs and they would give it like an honest review from them and not just be like, well, you know, it's not on the PS5 Pro, so it's trash. Like that kind of stupid thing we have today. People complain about like the new Pokemon. It's not going to be like Ultra 12K, blah, blah, blah. Like who cares, dude? It's Pokemon. People play it because it's a fun game. It's a fun series. Just stop. Stop trying to find reasons to complain about things.
If the Switch 2 is an 8K 300 FPS, it's not worth shit. So
that's what it feels like. These people are just, they're losing their minds. Absolutely losing their minds.
I'll be happy if it's 1080p, dude. Like that's all I want. Is just
these are the same people. These are the same people who want the NSO to bring on the Pokemon games for like Game Boy and stuff. And it's like, you realize that is not 4K. It is terrible pixel graphics. You're asking for that, but you're saying, oh, this one over here looks like trash.
Well, it's all stupid. These are the type of people that are like, they'll post their GPU on a website somewhere and nothing else, and act like they've given some kind of information. Like they just they want better stuff, but they don't even know what they're asking for. It's just, and they barely know what they want half the time too. But Carlitos asked about Grooms, who he's a cringe lord. He got exposed this week. Have you ever heard anything about this? I looked it up. It's somebody named Mark Kern, I believe. He's some head guy from somewhere. We worked at Blizzard. Okay, that's all you need to know.
Founder of Red Pipe Studios?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I guess there was some kind of expose on his cringiness this week.
Oh, he's a far-right woke hater, so he's just trash. He's a Musk.
Well,
without all the money.
Blizzard, so again, that checks out.
Yep.
Unless we're talking old Blizzard, but old Blizzard was a different company.
Yeah, well, he has his face over World of Warcraft, so says enough right there. He is the cringy part of Blizzard.
Oh, he's a pornographer too? Oh, wow. That's cool. Everybody knows the porn business is wholesome and safe and good for everyone involved. So
yeah, it's the best.
It's the best. Oh, God.
Trash people.
Yeah, just space
trash
him.
People.
Space him. That's my public opinion.
All right, but back to this. So Gunzilla, here's the bad thing about them. They make games, as their name is Gunzilla Games. They make crypto-based games.
Oh, well, they can go to hell.
Yeah. I hope that doesn't... I hope their, like, trash games don't affect the Game Informer. I really hope that stays completely separate.
Can we fill the... yes, we can fill the insert bashing gaming studio square, because we just bashed Gunzilla Games.
Oh, and it's coming up again later, too. Oh, and we're going to have some technical difficulties, so go ahead and just mark that one off. Currently, there is a storm going on here with a tornado warning, so my internet, I can see it's already starting to drop, so I probably paused at some point and don't even know it.
Not yet. Not that I've seen, anyway.
Good. So far, so good.
So it's 1, maybe 2 squares so far.
Yeah. And then we had... Let's make this bigger, because that is tiny. We had the Pokemon Direct. We had a Nintendo Direct, which is the final one for the Switch 1. And they had a slew of announcements. And yeah, I was surprised that people felt the same way I did. Like, I gave it a letter score, and I gave it a solid B. Like, this was a decent one, especially to go out on. They started off by showing off Dragon Quest Remake 1 and 2, which that was a win for them right there. They showed off more of Legends. They showed the fact that you can actually, like, sneak attack trainers, which I thought was dope. Like, when they're walking around with their Pokemon out, you can just, like, creep up and, like, throw it at their back and, like, have their Pokemon just start, like, your Pokemon just jump them and everything, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We had some Tamagotchi game, don't care. Tamagotchi Life or whatever it's called is coming back. People are happy about that. I've never played one. They did a decent size showing on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Samus is now even more solidifying her ranking in our superhero like tier list thing that we made. She's now going to also have psychic powers with a new suit, which is even more powerful. So Samus is even more of a god than she was before.
That's cool.
We have the Eternal Life of Goldman, which everybody's calling the game about the Jew, which kind of saw that one coming. I was like, oh well, here we go. The people behind the last Ninja Turtles game that came out, Shredder's Revenge, they're making Marvel Cosmic Invasion, which is a dope looking Marvel beat 'em up.
Okay.
So I'm super excited about that one. You can like swap out your heroes on the fly, so it's going to be pretty dope. I'm very looking forward to that one. We have the Wandering Village, whatever that is. It looks like it's maybe a city builder on the back of a dinosaur.
That one's out on PC. It's pretty dope. I haven't played it, but yes, it's a city builder on the back of like this giant walking dinosaur thing.
Awesome. We have Witchbrook, which I've known has been in the works for the past few years. Person's been having, I think it's a 1 or 2 person dev team, and it looks like a beautiful little cozy game. Like I'm definitely going to be getting this one when it comes out. It's going to release on PC and Switch on the same day, I believe.
I have that one on my list too.
Star Overdrive is coming. This is one that I got hyped for when I saw it for the PS5 showcase. It's basically it's an action RPG where you're like sand surfing. Like you have a magic surfboard that like goes over the sand and everything. It looks pretty dope, pretty fun.
Okay.
There's a new Harvest Moon Story of Seasons called Grand Bazaar. People were hating on this one at first because they think it's a ripoff of Stardew Valley because they're dumb and they don't realize that it's older than Stardew Valley by many, many years.
That Stardew Valley is a ripoff of it, you know?
Yeah. It's a love letter to Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
But we can't understand that. We have Rhythm Heaven, which whatever. There's a new Fantasy Life coming out, which I think they announced that a few months back. It's another Harvest Moon related one. We have Disney Villains, Cursed Cafe. I don't know. It's a cozy game. People might be into it. We are getting another Sony game on Switch. Everybody's Golf, Hot Shots.
I'm excited for that one.
Which there's more and more, like we had, what's the Robot Dinosaurs? What's that game?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes, Horizon Zero Dawn. We had the Lego one come out, and that went to Switch as well. So we're seeing this connection where Sony is working closely with Nintendo now, giving them games. So that's pretty exciting.
That is cool.
We have a I don't think this is what the original name of it. I believe it was like not Spirit Detective. It used to be called something else, but it's Ryodu or whatever, however you say his name, remastered Mystery of the Soulless Army. This is a Shin Megami Tensei related game, like in the same vein as like Persona and all that. It is an action RPG, which it's very good. It is very good. I loved it on PS2. We are getting Saga Frontier 2 remastered. It's all right. They didn't really care for Saga Frontier, to be honest. Rift of the Necrodancer. People have been wanting that one. It's finally coming out to Switch. We have Shadow Labyrinth. This is Pac-Man. This is a Pac-Man Metroidvania type game where you have this little character with you called Pac-Man. And yeah, you get like this suit with him. And for your like special ability, you basically transform into this like giant mech type thing to fight bosses, which looks pretty savage. The whole game looks weird, but good weird.
Okay.
Gradius Origins, cool, been around forever. No Sleep for Kaname Date. It's a AI Files game. If you played them, you like them. If not, then you don't. King of Meat, which I don't remember them ever showing, which makes me think it's like a gay porn, to be honest.
Good.
Boo's Lagoon, which whatever. High on Life is coming to Switch. This is all Switch 1 stuff, so I'm very excited that High on Life is coming. If you like Rick and Morty, it's made by the guy who voices Rick and Morty, one of the creators of it.
He's the gun.
And then, and then we have Dear Villagers, which
that's a studio.
I've heard. No, it is?
That is actually a studio. Yeah, so they make Caravan Sandwich. They make Sports Renovations, Big Helmet Heroes, Fabledom, Forgotten City, The Dungeon of Nahulblik or whatever the hell. They make a lot of games. And a lot of their games are pretty cool. Fort Solace, they're really varied. Ashwalkers, that's another good one. So
what have I played that I know by them? Because I know their name.
That I don't know, but it's probably going to be Caravan Sandwich that's coming to Switch. They also have the Road 96, which I know is on Switch because that's where I own it.
Okay, that's probably where it's from then.
That might be it, yeah. So they're probably just bringing more stuff over to the Switch.
Yep. And then besides this, there was another game I forget the name of that's not on here. But they also released a new app, which is Nintendo Today, which is basically a news app. So instead of doom scrolling, you can just scroll through a Nintendo app and get news on Nintendo stuff. Okay. Which they today they posted or it was either today or yesterday, they posted the trailer or the announcement for the release date of the Zelda movie. Which I told you what it was earlier and I forget the date, but it's 2027.
Pinky asks about the tornado warning. It's just a warning, and we live in an area with a lot of hills. So it's if a tornado touches down, it's going to be real brief and not very powerful. So Sir Felix will definitely be fine in his bunker.
I'm a neckbeard, and I'm in my basement. I'm waiting for my chicken tendies and some honey mussy from my mommy.
If I get hit by a tornado, I'm dead. So it's been good, but I don't have a tornado warning in my area yet. So it's just we might lose power because it's raining like hell out there.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like it died down here because I have my headphones in. Yeah, I don't hear anything anymore.
Yeah, it was pretty loud for a while because it's just a pretty big temperature drop. So really fast and hard rain, and it should be done in like an hour or two.
Yeah. And then here is a studio that we don't talk about enough, and I wish more people did because they do fabulous work. 37-year-old studio behind the iconic PC game Myst, and one of the longest surviving indies in the world has just laid off roughly half the team, which is very sad. Cyan Worlds. They've been around for, 37 years. Like, basically, I don't know how old I am, but that's most of my life, not all of my life. But yeah, they finally got hit by it. This is the first time through all these layoffs that everybody's been going through that they actually had to lay people off.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do people still play Myst and like Riven and all that? Are they still?
Yeah, they're doing. They already did I think it was just a remaster, if not a reboot of or remake of Myst, and they're doing it for Riven and all that. They're going back and like they look beautiful. Like it doesn't look like this cheesiness anymore. It looks clean. So yeah, they're still around. People are still playing them.
Shit. Well, it's sad that they had to lay people off.
Yep. Yeah, they're hoping they can stay around for many years to come, but yeah, sadly they were finally, after all these years, hurt. Oh yeah, they're the same age as me, so I'm 37. Now I know. Cool. I learned something about myself today.
No, it's man, do you hear that? Can you hear that?
No, I just hear your chair.
Holy hell.
Oh yeah, there we go. It's very faint, but yeah.
Wow, that's nasty, man. Sorry. Yeah. It's just like there might be some thunder too. This is getting scary.
You're just gonna wash down the hill. It's okay.
Yeah, with the house.
Yeah, well, you have trees there. They'll catch you.
Yeah, they'll catch us. It'll be all right.
The original name for Dragon Ball Z would have changed the anime entirely, which I I never knew they were going to change, like, had a different name and plan. I knew they had a different plan for the story arc originally, and they changed it. And I'm not really positive why they changed it. But yeah, so originally the main character was not supposed to be Goku. It was supposed to be Gohan's story, which very excited for. So what do you think the name was supposed to be?
Aside from Dragon Ball Z.
Yep. It would still have Dragon Ball. But it'd be like Dragon Ball subtitle, like kind of like Dragon Ball Super Brawly.
Dragon Ball Fisticuffs.
Gohan's Great Adventure.
Oh, okay. Dragon Ball Gohan.
Yeah, that absolutely would have changed it. Like, we would have a different Dragon Ball Super going on now. It would really be showing Gohan taking his role as like where he should be the most powerful character in the Dragon Ball universe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I it's a shame that I never really got to like get into Dragon Ball Z. I watched a couple episodes through my life, but it was nothing like I never really like picked it up. And I know its fans are really, 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 really big on it. Like, they love it. And I don't know. I don't know why I never got into it.
How is this absolute trash still doing shows?
What? Chris Brown?
Chris Brown. Yeah.
People forgot, dude.
Dude, he should have been canceled the second he attacked Rihanna. Like, that's...
Well, that shit was like cancel for everything era. You know what I mean? Like that was before the time where you'd actually get like stopped for doing bad shit. At least sometimes. Like, okay, let's be real. Like, the people who are doing the really, really bad shit are still out there doing bad shit.
Well, yeah, Trump and Musk are still out there.
Yeah, that's two to name a few. But they have like a tokenistic, sacrificial lamb that they put out there every once in a while that takes the fall for like they take the heat off of everybody else, basically. So like Chris Brown, I mean, it was before that time, and people just didn't care, I guess. I mean, it sucks.
Yeah. That's upsetting. Let's get off that. RuneScape Dragon Wilds is a co-op open-world survival crafting game due soon in early access. RuneScape being like one of the kings of MMOs, yeah. I would say.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, and they're doing a new... is it an MMO? Or is it just survival crafting?
It's kind of like the Conan game, or like... what's it called? That dinosaur arc. It's kind of like that. It's a multiplayer open world survival crafting game, from what I've gathered, that is not by hard definition an MMO. It's just a multiplayer survival crafting game.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I need to get a better PC or something that can play this, which it's just going to be PC. So yeah, if you have a PC and you're interested in doing this, here's your specs. Yeah.
That's if it's even worth it. I mean, it looks like it might be pretty cool, and I like the idea of a RuneScape game set in that, type of like the setting being RuneScape for a game of that type, because I usually hate those games and they're shit. But if you could play it alone or play it like privately with a couple people, I think it'll be good.
Yep. Let's get on to some Bethesda news, because they're just always in the news. By the time Bethesda was on Starfield, you'd basically get in trouble for breaking schedule, says former dev. A lot of great stuff within Skyrim came from having the freedom to do what you want. And I'm sure that's something you felt for the time you played Starfield. It's something I felt too. It was more by the books.
Yep.
It didn't have like that crazy freedom that you felt in Elder Scrolls, that you felt in Fallout. It wasn't there.
Yeah, and like, it's hard to explain, but I guess a good metric to look at would be updates. Look at the updates that came after Skyrim was released. You could probably, I've pulled it up before. You could pull this up, on your own whenever. Just look at what was provided in the updates literally immediately after Skyrim was released and for the first year of its release. And then look at the updates that Starfield got. That difference will show you, it'll perfectly capture the core difference between Skyrim and Starfield, where the care seems to be kind of gone. It is more by the numbers. They've accepted less mistakes. They've added less features. They've fixed less things. It's just like, I don't know why they had to play it by the book so hard on a game that should have been incredible. I don't get what they were thinking with this behind the scenes.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to go ahead and throw this up there. I just clicked on that ad that's there on the side.
Yeah.
And this game doesn't look half bad. Oh,
it's a side
go back.
Zombie game. Okay.
Yeah. It looks interesting.
Looks like it takes place in the 80s too.
Yeah. Yeah, you got your crafting. It reminds me of we played some other zombie game that I have on Switch, you have on PC, I believe, where you can break everything.
Yeah, shit, I forget the name of it.
It's like that, but more down to earth.
What's this game called?
No, they keep flashing it, but they're not saying it. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. It comes out in early access in a few days on the 9th.
Pickpock. Never heard of Pickpock. But yeah, no, it looks like a good game. It looks interesting.
Yep. Looks like it'd be pretty fun co-op, but it's only single player.
I'm okay with that being single player. Oh, it takes place in Texas in the year 1980. Okay, that's pretty cool.
All right. Let's move off of Bethesda. Enough of them. Let's talk about a Nazi. So fans are calling out Danzig over Nazi symbols on his merch. Him and the Misfits are doing a like kind of reunion-ish tour right now. Okay. And people are finding their Nazi. I don't think they showed the picture on here. But yeah, they straight up have Nazi merch coming up on their stuff. Oh, I guess we're gonna go to X. Yeah, giving those Nazi vibes.
Oh, it's that sun symbol. It's like a Eastern European symbol that the Nazis co-opted. I forget what it's called. It's a shirt he's selling, Pink, he says. Okay.
Yeah, confirms he's one of our guys. So we also have a lot of Nazis loving him.
I mean, if I remember right, that symbol, like, it was used by the Nazis, and now it is associated with the Nazis. Oh, Lord, you might hear thunder. But it was not always a Nazi symbol. I don't remember what it was, because it's an older symbol than that. Maybe that's how they meant it, but I highly doubt that.
Well, this is a guy who's been on Fox News, and he was like, maybe one day I'll actually write a full album of horror songs, and it'll be about the Biden or the Obama administration.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, he meant it that way.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. This guy is correct when he says he's one of their guys.
Okay.
Because I'm sure this guy saying that he's a Nazi, like straight up.
Well, then fuck him.
Yeah. Yep. Great times.
That's
great
fun.
Times. More great times. So Supreme Court declines appeal from youth seeking to force action on climate crisis. So we had a group of 21 like youths, kids and teenagers back in 2015 who are trying to like make it like their whole plea was a fundamental right to life, liberty, personal security, dignity, bodily integrity, and their cultural and religious practices, and basically to be able to live and not have the world destroyed by these corporations who are just plaguing us and trying to kill us as fast as they possibly can to make more money. To make that extra penny, we have to try to pollute more of the world.
Yep.
And Supreme Court was just like, no, and moved on.
Well, I mean, at this point, like you and I know we've talked about this. Like, who can make the decision to either like suspend and redo the Supreme Court or just like eradicate that shit? Because they're rogue, man. The Supreme Court has been rogue for like a couple of years now. Yep.
They serve the rich and the corporations.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. I mean, the Supreme Court has always been kind of shitty, you know, at least within our lifetimes has been kind of shitty. I'm sure probably always. But oh Jesus, can you hear that one?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's raining. It's really raining. But the Supreme Court has always been shit, and it just seems to have become more shit as we move forward. And it's just they're all openly taking bribes and openly corrupt at this point. Like, what's that one guy who it came out like totally in the open that he's being bought by companies? What's his name?
Oh,
Clarence something?
Yeah, Clarence Thomas. There we go.
Clarence Thomas, yeah. Like when all the shit with Clarence Thomas came out, I think some people probably thought that was an isolated case. I promise you that's not. Not. Yeah, Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
That is fucking
totally isolated. Yeah. Never happened before. Never's going to happen again. Isn't happening with the other ones. Like Alito's definitely not taking bribes from anybody, not taking money.
No. Not to mention.
Neither is the one who likes to drink with kids, whatever his name was.
Well, on the topic, and everybody got pissed about this for a minute, but then forgot about it because fucking America. But on the topic of like pulling back the rights to abortion, okay, 2 or 3 of these fuckers that are on the Supreme Court, when they were like in their interviews, effectively, I forget what they call it, to enter as a candidate into the Supreme Court, each of them lied about not appealing the ability to get abortions. They said that they wouldn't touch it. And this is under oath. They said they wouldn't touch it and that they would leave it as is because it's expected to stay that way, more or less, in prettier language. So they fucking lied and then got the seats based off of a lie. So why are they still in those seats?
Yep. Because there's no rules for them.
Well, there are no.
They make their own rules. They get a police themselves, which is genius. Absolutely genius.
And it comes down to the problem of like, okay, you need an organization to police an organization. Well, who watches the watchers? Who polices the police? Who polices those police? Who polices those police? You could go on forever. But like, there's got to be a point where we at least try to stop corruption. And we're not even doing that.
Yeah. No, we're just making it worse now. You can take bribe. Legally take bribe.
I mean, Scamerica has always been this way. Like from the start. I mean, with Washington and the founding fathers, they've always been fucking scammers. This country was built on scams and breaking backs and stepping on people's heads to make more money. But like, now that it's out in the open, can we fucking try to at least act like we're fighting it?
Nope. Never. Yeah, I'll save my good story for the end. So the next one is election watchdog group sue Trump administration over executive order calling it unconstitutional. So Cheeto decided to come out here and put this, basically it's very frustrating. One, because it would make it to where I couldn't vote because of my name. I have a very common name. And what they're trying to basically do is basically rig it to where Republicans can only win. Only Republicans can ever win again. They want to make it more legal for them to go through and do more, what is it, when they get rid of people's ballots, like take away their right to vote.
I forget.
Yeah, there's some word. I've been terrible with words today. Like I couldn't think of the word. I just forgot again. I was going to call it dysfunction again. That's not the word. Defective. I couldn't think of the word defective at work today. So I'm like, I'm messaging someone else. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say it's dysfunctional, and that's just not a word.
Non-functional.
Yeah.
Disenfranchised. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah.
Disenfranchised voters. Yeah. And basically, what they want to go through and do is, one, you have to show your proof of being a citizen when you go to vote, not just your ID. Like, not just that. You have to literally bring like your birth certificate and stuff like that.
Fuck that, dude.
You need to have all your records when you go to vote, when you sign up to vote and everything. Also, they want to do more purging. That's the other word I'm looking for. Purging. They want to purge more voters by going through and basically saying like, hey, they want to get the rights to see every criminal's name who is not allowed to, like, who's a felon in the state. So if someone has your name, you're automatically not allowed to vote, even though it's not you. Just everybody with the name John Doe, because John Doe is in prison, can't vote. And I have one of those names that's seriously just like straight up common, like first and last name, super common, to the point to where I've actually had it to where I went to the doctor and been told, like, did you get this prescription? And it's like, no. Well, someone with the same name as you, living in the same town as you, who happens to be 63, got the prescription. Which is terrifying. Like, That's freaky. But yeah, they're truly trying to rig the election. So finally, at least someone is coming out and trying to sue them over this, because that needs to be put down. That needs to be stopped. Even though voting doesn't mean, anything really in the reality of the world. But yeah, they're trying to. We just lost Hawk. But yeah, they're trying to get rid of voting for basically half the country. Like, it would affect. I think they were saying like 75% of the country wouldn't be able to vote, which is beautiful. Like, beautiful. Trying to just straight up rig it. Plus, they're also doing the stuff on the side where they're trying to technical difficulties, where they're trying to get Trump his third term, allow him to run by doing that whole loophole where as long as you didn't serve 2 terms in a row, you can then run for a third time, which, excludes Obama, excludes not Biden, Clinton, and basically just allows Trump to run because dictatorship. Yay. Yep. And then I have a good story, which too bad Hawk's not here for this one. We actually had some people in a company come out and like stand up on the right side of everything. Ben & Jerry's corporate employees hold a protest. And that was beautiful. They walked out because the CEO of, who are they owned by? Unilever? Something? Yeah, Lever, however you pronounce that word. He decided to fire the CEO of Ben & Jerry's, Dave Stever, basically because they didn't agree on politics. Because the head of Ben & Jerry's is not a far-right douche, and the owner of Unilever is. So basically just fired him because they had disagreement, just completely canned him, and wants the company to be just trash, like, all Republican companies are. So yeah, they walked out, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But yeah, they were it was an effort to gag the company's pro-Palestinian activism. That's why they fired him. It's just absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh, my thing just messed up. Okay. All right. So, man, it's bad that he's not here because half these topics like truly involve him. But we are going to do our best to try to make it through this. The next thing we were going to talk about was a game company that I've loved for quite a while. They make Mega Man. That's the main reason I like them. They make Mega Man. But Capcom. Capcom has been around in the gaming world for just ever. Absolutely ever. And sadly, recently they've been failing hard. One, they failed me because they haven't done Mega Man Legends 3. At the end of Mega Man Legends 2, our little blue bomber was left on the moon. And that's where he's going to stay forever, apparently. But they've been putting out their bigger titles like Monster Hunter and Dragon's Dogma 2 on PC. And they hype it up a little bit. Like they try to give it some attention, like, oh yeah, it's also going to be on PC. But they don't do any like checks on it to make sure it actually plays well. So performance on these games are coming out and being just complete and utter trash to the point where a lot of people who play it will end up refunding it on Steam within the first hour because it's absolutely unplayable. And I don't get why a company who's been around for so long, who understands gaming and what their fans want, well, except for Mega Man, don't play test their games. Like why they don't have someone who's going through there and making sure like it's actually stable, that the accessibility or the options on PC actually work to make it to where you can play it. You can't just say, drop everything down to potato and hope for the best. Street Fighter 2. Yep. Yeah, Street Fighter. I think that's one of their first biggest ones. But yeah, for some reason they're not showing their games the love they deserve. Even on PS5, PS5 Pro, Dragon's Dogma 2, it runs okay. Still, if you go into a town, you have a bunch of lag. Like it starts to die on you. And it's kind of unacceptable at this point, especially for a game or a game company that's so big, has been around forever, knows these things, and it seems like they're not trying. Like they just want to put out big game, make money, don't care if it's good or not. Just basically living off the name. It's the same thing that people feel Ubisoft is doing with their Assassin's Creed. They basically, we're going to live off the name Assassin's Creed, but we're not going to put the care and dedication to the game that it truly deserves. I was talking to Hawk about Shadows today, and I thought it was cool that they let you actually go to prone. Like you can lay down on the ground and do a stealth assassination that way. And that's cool. That is a cool feature to do. But why not have social stealth, which is something that people want, and it was one of the cooler features of this old Assassin's Creed. You could blend in with the crowd. These companies don't make much sense. They're not, I feel like they're not trying as hard as they could. And yeah, it would take more time, but it's always better to let your project cook instead of pulling like a Cyberpunk 2077 and dropping your game in this state that's just trash, just complete and utter trash. I truly don't get what they're going with for this. It's mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. But yeah, half the reason I brought this topic up was because Hawk has tried playing both Dragon's Dogma 2 and had to refund that one right away because he just couldn't get to work. Not into a state of playability that would actually be enjoyable in any way. Just constant stuttering, constant lag, assets popping in like crazy. And then he did the same thing with Monster Hunter Wilds. It doesn't play well. It's to the point where it doesn't even seem like it belongs to be on these PCs. And if you're a game company and you're only testing your stuff on like the highest of high tier PCs, you're doing a disservice to everybody who's going to play your game. Like you're telling your fan base basically to go to hell. We don't care about you. We're not going to make sure, like, we only want to serve the people who can afford the top tier of everything. And then they do it to the PS5 people. And it's like, it's not playing perfectly there either. And we should be there. We did it back in the day. Go play a PS2 game before we had online updates. These games came out and you could just put them in and you could play them. Like, just start playing a game. You don't have to do 1,000 updates. You don't have to have a bunch of mods put in there to fix a game because somebody else couldn't do it. I don't know. Modern gaming makes me really mad when I think about all that stuff. We rely just on updates, just a series of endless updates to make our games work instead of truly testing them, make sure they're functioning games. And it's partially because we announce them like 6 years before they're ever going to come out. And people start asking for them now. So you have your people who are funding this game, like all the investors coming through, and they're demanding it comes out now because they want that penny now. They don't want to have to wait a year. I want it now. It's disgusting. The state of modern gaming is pretty disgusting when it comes to AAA studios. They really need to get things together. It is quite sad. And I got to see where this guy's at. Oh, he lost power, so he's out. He is out. Yeah, man, that kind of ruins our main discussion. We were going to do a debate. We were going to debate to see which console is the best. I had chosen to back Nintendo Switch after debating for quite a while. I was between the PSP, the GameCube, and the Switch. So I ended up going with the Switch today after I thought about it even more. And then Hawk was going between the PS2 and the 360, and he said he loves his time with the PS2. He had a lot of great memories with it, but overall the 360 beats it out, which I fully agree with. The PS2 is the best-selling console of all time. However, the 360 does kind of beat it out. Oh yeah, have fun. And what kind of music? You got to let me know that next time. But yeah, it's 360 was a beast, and I fully agree that deserves to be one of the best consoles ever. 100%. Switch is better, but 360 deserves its spot. And let's see what I can talk about in the meantime then. I gotta find another discussion. Since he kind of had to go be in the middle of a storm. Still in my storm and making it take out his power. Gotta see if that's a lawsuit I could pull up. What do we want to talk about? I should have planned for this. I mean, we could talk about Switch too, because I can do that for days. Or another news story that I wanted to talk about, which I didn't. Because we had talked about the Netflix MCU shows before. So I am going to talk about my boy here. Iron Fist actor Finn Jones says, "Give me an effing chance to come back. I am aware of the critics. I want to prove people wrong." Now, first place I ever saw Finn Jones would have been Game of Thrones, and I think he was really good in his role. Like he showed in there that he is a actor of like quality. He's pretty good. Sadly, when it came to him playing Iron Fist, him getting hired for the job was a disaster, like absolute disaster. This guy had no time to learn all his like the martial arts moves that a character like Iron Fist would need to know, like a master of martial arts. So when you see him doing his action, it's very cheesy. It's like 1 to 2 moves just over and over again, shot at different angles. And that looks bad. But if you take out the fight scenes and at least just look at, the Rings guy, he's going to be in the new Doctor Doom movie, whatever it's called. I did see that he's in there, which I was happy about that. I don't think I actually finished watching that movie though. I think I got like halfway through and then got pulled away for some reason. I don't watch these movies in theaters. I have another way of watching them, which probably isn't something I should talk about. But Finn Jones was still great as Danny Rand outside of the action. Like the way he played the character was still good. He had the emotion. He showed that he knew what the character needed to be. And I greatly like that. The only thing he was missing was like what you get from the cartoons that have Iron Fist, where he's more of like a California surfer type. That he just missed that part. But I feel like he played the character of Danny Rand really well, just maybe not Iron Fist. And I really want to see him come back now that it's going to be under Disney. Disney does give their people the stuff they need, the time to develop their skills. And I think he could pull it off. I want to see him come back as it. I'd be very happy with that because I truly want that original crew all back. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Daredevil, and Punisher. Bring them all in. Give me what I want. Yes, redemption. We need redemption for all of them. For all of them. What is this? Yeah. Estimated time for repair for Hawk is 9:40 p.m., which is 2 hours from now. So that's just not going to happen. So yeah, sadly, this might be a really short show. Like this is really all I had. I did not plan anything else. Man, that's funny because I thought I was going to be the one who got taken down. Another person I'd like to see come back is She-Hulk. I want to see the show done and done better because that show was sad. That was very disappointing. I don't know if the actress had anything bad about it. Her role was kind of, I feel like, written poorly. Oh, I mean, I want to talk about the movie, but I guess I should because I already did the Capcom part. I kind of wanted to get Hawk's take on it, though, because me and him have completely different views on this movie. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I will do it. Let's do this. So the movie we watched. Dun, 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 dun. Drum roll. Oh, yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait, because we did. It is a Capcom property, I'll say that much. It is a Capcom property that we watched a movie on, and we have completely different views on it. I was kind of expecting that, which I told him today while we were working. I was like, hey, I am not going to talk about this movie till we're live on the show, just because I have to see how much our opinions differ. And it's a movie that got tore apart online as well. But I also hate hype. I hate people who go like overly hype on things. I can't even do the SCP. That's what's sad, is the SCP I chose is mainly dialogue. His internet and power just is killing things right now. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna end it here. So we'll just have to do a better, longer show next week. We'll still pick up the debate. We'll just carry on with that. We'll keep the same movie because I was telling him he needs to rewatch it since he didn't like it too much. To go ahead and he has to rewatch it again next Monday. But yeah, we have new videos. Carlitos, I think you watched his video this morning. His Star Trek video, which I did not expect him to do that one. I very much like that one. I was also going to ask him before his power cut out if that was gameplay he had in there. But yeah, I have a video coming out on Thursday, which is going to be... Oh, what kind of controversial topic did I pull up? Man, my memory is just shot. Let me see. Give me just one moment. Bear with me. I'm going to log into YouTube. YouTube. Oh, I do not know how to use YouTube on here. Your videos. Content. Oh, okay, yeah. So my one for Thursday is going to be about what to play next and tackling your backlog. And it's actually not that controversial. I'm basically telling people, when you're looking at your next game, instead of going out and spending money, which is what we all end up doing, we all like basically live for FOMO. Try tackling your backlog. Because as a gamer, most gamers do have like this just absurd backlog that we're never going to get through. Like a lot of us think like, oh yeah, well, you know, I can just get to it when I'm retired. Yeah, but unless you're retiring in the next year or two, you're just going to keep adding to that. And it's just going to get so huge that you're going to have spent money on like thousands of games you've never touched. So tackle your backlog. And then I go over like ways you can do it. Then I ask for ways you can do it. And then on Monday, next Monday, I have in honor of Switch 2, because we have the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct showcase coming up on Wednesday. I'll be doing a Nintendo tier list going over all their consoles, which is probably going to make some people mad. God knows why it's going to make people mad, but there will be some Nintendo fan that'll be like, how dare you put that on the B tier? But who cares? Who cares? Yeah, so definitely look out for those. And yeah, thank you for stopping in. Sorry, this show got kind of technically ruined. But also, I'm wearing Kirby, so you could mark another thing off on there. That's another like pop culture thing. And yeah, and Pokemon. Look at that, I got that double. But yeah, I'll talk to you next time. You have a good one. Take care and stay safe.